Hello everybody and welcome to number 27. I'm Jack, and it has to be said that recently on the channel I have had a succession of quite cheap cars. Maybe not the fanciest cars, you know, the Tomato, now I've bought that Mercedes which are pretty outrageous, then there was the S-Class before that, the £900 S-Class from eBay. But the reason for that is this: it is still here, the InfluEnzo is here, and all my money is tied up in it, and I can't really get flash lovely cars if I'm forced to spend all my time and money on this car. Some of you are probably thinking that, you know, what's happened to it? Has it disappeared? Or even worse, has it been fixed? Well, let me reassure you that the InfluEnzo absolutely has not been fixed. It is still very broken. Why it's been so long since my last video is that I have bought a new house. It has a double garage, and I've been waiting up until that stage before obviously taking the InfluEnzo there, because now is the next stage of what's going on with it, which is essentially I've got to work out what is going on with this engine. It is still burning oil, way too much oil, so something, come on, get out the fade. It's being a pain. So there it was misfiring slightly as well because there's too much oil in there and the plugs are getting coated. So the reason why I've waited so long before doing a video is because I have bought a new house which has finally a double garage, which is going to be big enough for me to take the engine out if I need to, work out what's going on. Now, it is still burning too much oil, so the plugs, you can probably hear it there, the plugs basically get coated in oil. Eventually they get oil deposits as it burns, and it sort of starts to misfire, and I have to put a new set of plugs on. Cleaning them just doesn't do anything, it ruins them. So at the moment I'm having to go through a set of plugs every sort of, I don't know, every 2 tanks of petrol or something ridiculous like that. Now I have been talking to Ferrari, because they have been quite interested in potentially helping me. So they have a really very good endoscope that could go up, look up at the valves and everything, and with their help could help diagnose if the problem is with the top end or with the bottom end. Now there have been a few timing issues, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but regardless the engine is going to have to be taken apart. Either the heads are coming off or the whole engine is coming out if I have to redo the bottom end. So it's a shame, because when it's running properly, and a lot of the time it does, at least if it has some fresh plugs in it, it actually drives really well. Myself? Well, I don't know, I think most of it. I'm not relishing the idea of taking the engine out, because working underneath the car, honestly, it's just, by the end of the day, I'm always absolutely knackered now. I'm just too old for that kind of stuff. But I know this is the InfluEnzo, I started it, and I think I should probably try and finish it myself. If I can get together with Ferrari and they can help me out, that will be wonderful and amazing. Otherwise, in any case, it's going to have to come apart, and then we will see where, you know, the state of the bottom end You know, I suspect possibly the cylinder walls are a bit scored, or the oil control rings are sticking, and that is what's causing the excess oil consumption. But obviously you can't be 100% sure until you're actually in there, or you have some real sort of proof of what's going on. One thing you just can't take away from it is just how pretty it is. I mean, honestly, this thing is just, oh, it really is breathtaking. What a car, what a design. And it's a good job it's that pretty, actually, because the sort of the challenges and tribulations that it's brought up are made a bit easier when you take a good look at it. Well, welcome to the new garage. I haven't actually finished sorting it out yet, but as you can see, it is a double garage, so way bigger than before. So I do probably need to get another car in there at some point, but for now, especially until I decide what I'm going to do about getting the engine out, this is where it's staying. I am honestly so pleased to have this place. You just have no idea. It's just been the lifelong dream, really. I'm going to have like my little welding bench over there, a load of tools there. Got to get that sorted, organised better with a bigger sort of roller cab, which I'm looking for. It's still a work in progress, but oh my God, it is just brilliant to be here. And it's been so nice to drive the InfluEnzo again, because it's just brought me back and it's sort of reminded me about why I actually do really love that car. So it's given me a fresh impetus, and you know, I was sort of not, I have to say, I wasn't particularly looking forward to this bit again, having to get stuck into this car. I've done so many hours on it. But having taken it for a drive, the enthusiasm is really, truly, you know, back. So keep your eyes open, and I'll do a follow-up video at some point in the next month or two about what is happening, whether I start taking it apart or whether it goes to Ferrari first and we do a little joint video together to diagnose it. We will see. But thank you, as always, for following me. It is really is much appreciated. And goodbye from me, and goodbye from the InfluEnzo.